So our first trend, enhancing user experience through audience strategy. We're seeing a lot of this from our associations in particular. They're asking for a lot of help related to membership programs, engagement, recruitment, retention. The November 2025 ASAE Insight Update on association challenges noted that over 50% of their respondents indicated membership recruitment as either their number one or number two biggest challenge. And this quote from the CMO Alliance survey this last year really puts it all into perspective for me. The rising customer acquisition costs that people are seeing and the resource limits that we are all seeing with our budgets are pushing marketers to maximize their existing audiences through segmentation, nurturing, and personalization. So diving into what works. So as markets are becoming saturated, our marketers are doubling down on their audience and honing in on what they know works well. When we're talking about user or customer experience design, we're talking about the process of creating digital products or experiences that are enjoyable to your audience, that are accessible and seamless for your users to interact with. And we're really talking about the ease in which your audience interacts with your company marketing and technology. So your website, your newsletter, your social media, all of those items. And these quotes, again, I like quotes because they help drive home the point here. But we're talking about the sum of every interaction your client has with your firm. And that we're moving beyond a one-size-fits-all experience when we're talking about marketing. No longer are we marketing to broad audiences in general. We're tailoring our strategy to the needs of our specific audience that may have loyalty with us. So some factors that's driving this are advances in AI, as Emily just pointed out. This is allowing us more time to fine-tune this more nuanced messaging or our integrated marketing strategies. Social commerce is growing on social media platforms, including the integration of shopping features into social media, as well as for-profit organizations are starting to adopt subscription-based models of business. We're seeing a lot more social commerce digitally. There's an increased uptick for hiring CRM and database managers within marketing within our industries due to the rapid growth of customer relationship management and the necessity of data-driven decision-making in the business of what we do. And as I mentioned earlier, fragmented algorithms are meaning that our social platforms are no longer catering to broad audiences, and we have to think niche. Consider, if you're not already, developing platform-specific content, which we'll discuss a little bit more later as well. And we talked about user experience design and what we mean by that, but what do we mean by audience strategy? Our team at AOE likes to develop plans surrounded around the audience strategy for each of our clients. And what we do is develop a plan focused on understanding and engaging your target audience by using data to tailor that content and to tailor the experiences to the needs of the audiences, the behaviors of your audience, and the unique motivations of your audience. When we're developing audience strategy, it usually starts with market research. So what we mean by that is uncovering the information you need to understand your audience and to influence your audience. So this could be surveys, either information from past focus groups or future focus groups that you hold, interviews, customer feedback, and then secondary research of things going on in the market. And what you're looking for here are trends in your audience, behaviors that they commonly have, decision-making factors, common questions that your team might get asked on your products or from your audience, and maybe even insight from your competitors. From there, what we do is segment our audiences based on demographics, psychology, their behaviors, their frequency of being a client or a member. And this helps inform the different content that you develop for those segments. For each segment, you want to identify the pain points of those segments, map out the customer journey or your audience journey, all the way from awareness to brand loyalty. And then from there, you can craft specific messaging for your different segments. When we're talking about audience strategy too, you don't want to look just at demographics. Many of you may have developed personas for your audience, but as you can see, you don't want to focus just on demographics because these two folks on the screen have the exact same demographics, but have much different motivations in their buying patterns and their brand loyalty. So your strategy and your personas shouldn't focus on demographics, but should be about the problems and the challenges that your clients or your members are facing. So some tips to drive user experience and brand loyalty are creating interactive content that's becoming more important in content marketing strategies, especially as brands seek more immersive ways to connect with their audiences and drive niche content. So some examples of this include quizzes and polls, webinars and live streams. A lot of people are starting to go live and even host town halls for their companies in live platforms like on LinkedIn. Surveys and feedback loops. This is a great way to gain an insight to what your audience needs and your clients are needing from you. Interactive videos and experiential events are gaining popularity as well. People are choosing to utilize apps or specific platforms outside of just websites. This goes back to what I mentioned earlier with a lot of for-profit companies starting to use subscription-based models of business. And influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is becoming more and more prevalent and more useful at a micro level, not just at a large-scale macro level. It really allows you to hit niche audiences and maybe potential audience members that you haven't reached in the past.